Welcome to Coffee with the Coaches. I am Holly. I'm the RN health coach here in North Carolina for Lenovo. And I have lots of people joining me today. But first, I'll introduce my co host, Kim Grady. Hey, Kimmy.
Morning.
Kim is based in Chicago and she serves the Chicago and the Santa Clara population. So we have a really great program for you today. As you can see, we have lots of people here, and these great friends of ours represent your benefits. And so with benefit season coming up, enrollment's coming up, I think next week, if I'm not mistaken. Erlene, I know that you'll know the answer to that very quickly. But we wanted to give you guys kind of an opportunity to hear, just a quick 5 minute high level overview of some more significant benefits that you guys have through the different resources. So we have Andrew Ruggiero. Am I saying it right, Andrew?
He's working on his audio to us. He can hear us, but we can't hear.
Okay. All right. So Andrew, in my bottom right-hand corner, is with Fidelity. So we're going to let him work on his audio and then we'll wave to him when he's ready. Daniela from Exos, whom a lot of you know already. Mallory, down there in my left-hand corner, she is from Bright Horizons. We've got Beth from Hello Heart. Hi, Beth. And we have Erlene from Cigna. All right. So in no particular order, we are going to kind of start the show. And I think we'll probably start, Erlene, with you, if that's okay.
Sure. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. Great. Awesome. Well, I am happy to be here. I want to start with annual enrollment. Holly, you are correct. It starts October 13th. And when you said next week, I was kind of searching for my calendar, like, the days have gone by so fast. I'm like, oh my gosh, is that actually next week? But
Crazy.
That date is, I know. But yes, annual enrollment starts on Tuesday, October 13th, and it goes to October 27th. So that is an exciting time to make those benefit elections. If you're changing benefits, that is the time to do it. Or if you're enrolling for the 2021 plan year, adding dependents or removing dependents, that's the time period that you want to make those changes. I am available by phone, by WebEx, email if you have questions about the plans or questions about the pharmacy, just anything around annual enrollment benefit time and you want to meet, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to meet with you. And then the last thing that I do want to just briefly talk about is that of flu vaccinations. I know things have changed now and you're not able to get those on site, which was an amazing opportunity and convenience, but you still have the opportunity to get your flu vaccination. You can go to any Express Scripts participating pharmacy. You can find out which pharmacies participate by going to express-scripts.com to the website and look for participating pharmacies. And that information is online at lenovobenefits.com. But I did just want to give that while we're talking about flu vaccinations. Those are covered at 100%. I know if you're getting a vaccination at the pharmacy, they will vaccinate children at the age of 10 years old and older. So if your child is younger than age 10, you'll want to reach out to the pediatrician to have them vaccinated. And then the very last thing, which I know this will be touched on, is I always encourage, go to lenovobenefits.com. There is great information there, but especially check out the events and resource section to find out all of the exciting virtual events that will be occurring with our vendor partners being offered to Lenovo employees. So thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Well, we're going to do that at the end, you said?
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Erlene. I'm actually going to
You're
share
welcome.
this page with you guys. Please tell me if you can't see it. So I'm going to share the Lenovo Benefits. Let's see, the Lenovo Benefits page. Can you guys see that?
Yes, I can see
Yep.
it. Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to make you guys go away for a second so I can see it too. So Lenovo Benefits, just so everybody who is listening, this is a really, really fantastic site. If you have not been on it, this is where you're going to find all of
Mhm.
this information. Okay, any questions that you have, any numbers that you need to call, anybody that you need to reach out to. So this is where flu shots is at. Um, so what you want to do is go to that main page. You'll see health over here, and then you'll go and there's your flu shots. Okay, so that's what Erlene was talking about with the flu shots. So please visit this page. I'm going to stop sharing now. So thank you, Erlene. I really appreciate it. Guys, everybody out there for Cigna, Erlene is a rock star. She is on site most of the time, most of the week when we are on site in Morrisville, and she's your go-to person for any benefits / insurance related questions. So thank you, Erlene. We do love you.
You're welcome. It's good to see
Awesome.
everyone.
Yes, yeah. So if you could stay on till the end, that would be awesome.
Sure.
And then maybe we'll take some questions down at the end.
Okay.
All right, Beth, you're up. So Beth is
Alrighty.
Hello Heart, and I am going to share a document with you guys that she shared with me. So can you guys still see my screen?
We can.
Is
Can
it
see
the
your
right
blue
screen?
screen. No.
No.
Okay, hold on a second. I don't know what I did with it. Hang on. All right. Until I figure this out, let's see.
I
Danielle,
can. Do you want me to start, Holly?
yeah, go ahead, and
Okay.
I will bring this up.
Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining today. As Holly said, I'm with Hello Heart, and Hello Heart is an app-based solution to help you track, understand, and improve your blood pressure. And so with a very simple app and a Bluetooth-enabled blood pressure monitor, you can track and understand your blood pressure readings at home. We have digital coaching built into the app. You're also able, which is really nice now that everybody's at home and not necessarily interacting with their doctor face-to-face, you're able to send your readings directly to your doctor from the phone app via email, or if you have fax, you can send it via fax as well. So it's a great way to supplement any telemedicine encounters that you're having with your providers. We also have digital coaching, and these are tips to help you improve your blood pressure or manage your blood pressure. And they're not go out and run a marathon. They're things like add broccoli to your diet or do a deep breathing exercise to manage your stress. They're very manageable coaching tips that will help you. We also have medication reminders. We have reminders built in to remind you to take your blood pressure. You can skip down to the third slide, Holly. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And the important thing to remember is that this information is private to you. You can decide who you want to share it with, or if you don't want to share it with anybody, that's fine. Also built into our app is things like tracking your weight and tracking your activity. You can connect to your clinic and bring in your clinic data, so it is stored in one place in our app. So it becomes a nice little one-stop shop to manage some of your healthcare information. If you could go to the next slide, Holly. There is a requirement that you have blood pressure readings of 130 over 80 or above, or you are currently taking blood pressure medication in order to qualify for our program. The program is open to employees and spouses who are currently enrolled on the Lenovo medical plan. If you have any questions at all about our program, you can reach out to our support team. They can be reached either by telephone at the number you see at the bottom of the screen, or you can also email them. And the easiest way to enroll, Holly, if you go to the last screen, is via the Lenovo Benefits site. If you go to health, and then there's a section for heart health, It will walk you through all of the information that I just went through, and then also give you a link to go ahead and enroll in our program. So, you know, if you qualify, we would love to have you as part of the program. And again, our support is available anytime for any questions that you might have. So I would encourage you to check it out.
Yeah, that's awesome, Beth. Thank you so much. Yes,
Kim
yes.
has her monitor there. I love it.
Yeah, it's a really great resource. And I think, you know, a lot of people who had signed up for it, I think, you know, didn't really discover the benefit of having it until they were using it on a consistent basis. And I've had some people who are like, wow, I just sent all of my last 3 months data to my provider, right? And
Yeah.
it's that easy. And so this is an awesome benefit if your blood pressure, if you're on medication, just so that you can track it on a regular basis if you're not doing that already. So if you have any questions for Beth, think about them now, and we will try to address them at the end of Coffee with the Coaches today. So thank you so much, Beth. We appreciate it. All right. So Mallory, you are up, my friend.
Great. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mallory DeCubelis from Horizons. Just want to remind you of all the great benefits that Bright Horizons can offer. So first and foremost is backup. For those of you who haven't used backup yet, it's when you've got a breakdown in your regular care arrangements. Some of those breakdowns could be planned. So you get your school calendar, you know what days they might have off. Some of those breakdowns could be not planned. Maybe your regular caregiver is sick or quit. There's inclement weather. There's really no right or wrong. The goal of this program is really to get you to work. So you could use center-based childcare at the Bright Horizon centers or our network centers. Also use in-home care. And the in-home care is set for your children as well as your adult elder loved ones. And it's a wide program. So let's say you live in North Carolina, your mom or dad live in, let's say, Michigan. You can use this program and have somebody come into their home. You will have a set amount of days. You have 15 days to use for the year, calendar year, at a set amount of copays are $15 for center-based childcare and then $6 an hour for in-home care. So it's highly subsidized. In addition, you also have some other solutions. So you're looking for primary care. So if you're looking for maybe full-time care or regular care arrangements, we can help you get on the list. Some of those wait lists at our child care centers can. So having access to being bumped up and getting primary child care is really great. In addition, you can also do discounts. So we have partner centers, so it won't be the Bright Horizon Center, but we've got partner centers that we've chosen to be in our network where you can get up to 10% off of their tuition, which is quite helpful. Now, we also have access to a program called Enhanced Family Supports. And under that umbrella, there's a couple different things. One is access to Sittercity. Now, anybody can actually jump on Sittercity, but by going to the Bright Horizons Novo site, you're actually going to avoid the annual Sittercity fee of about $150. And what it gives you is access to an entire database of caregivers. You can find babysitters, nannies. It could be for long-term care or it could be for date night. So unlike your backup care where you have a set amount of days, you can go in and out of Sittercity as often as you need. You're also, through Sittercity, you're also able to make the done your own. So you will decide who you're going to hire. You're going to do the interviewing. You're going to decide what you're going to pay that person. I'm a big user of both programs. Sittercity is a program I use often. I have 2 children, 10 and 12. When I post jobs, I'm very clear about what my needs are. For instance, I've got 2 dogs. I need a caregiver coming to my home that doesn't mind. So just be very clear what your asks are so that you can get the right people responding to your jobs. In addition, we also have access to, the other thing I want to mention is you get free background checks with Sittercity. So those are already covered in the cost. You don't have to pay for them. You can go in and get further detailed background checks, and there's discounts to those rates, and that'll pop when you're in the site. You'll see that. You also have access to sort of a white glove nanny service. So if you're looking for a full-time nanny placement, you've got access to have somebody help you and guide you through this process. They will vet the caregivers for you. They will interview you. They will interview these caregivers, and they're going to find you the right nanny. So again, you're going to get discounts on that program. You'll also have academic supports. So I know that everyone's busy with work and you're trying to figure out how, given a school year is quite different, you're trying to figure out how to make sure your child has the academic assistance they might need. So you have exclusive discounts on a variety of different tutoring, test prep services, and enrichment classes. And just to let you know who that's powered by, we partner with Revolutionary Prep, we partner with Varsity Tutors, and we partner with Marco Polo, all of which are going to give you discounts, and you'll see that in the site. And then within that search system, you'll also see you could, learning pods is sort of the hot thing now. If you are looking to put together a learning pod with a group of your children's friends or, sort of folks that are in your bubble that you trust and want to work with, you can hire somebody to come in and teach this learning pod that you've created. So you would go into Sitter City, you would post a job, and you can find a solution for that. What's not on this site I can see, so there's a website, you can go to clients.brighthorizons.com/Lenovo. What's not on here, if you want to quickly jot this down, you also have access to our contact number. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you'll always get a live person to walk you through the registration, answer any questions you might have. So just quickly jot this number down. It's 877-242-2737. Again, it's 877-242-2737. So any questions that you might have, we're happy to help.
That's awesome, Mallory. Holy cow. So I think, the backup child care benefit, and, I'm not sure how many people knew about the tutoring and, elderly care and all those sorts of things. Wow. Like those are next level benefits. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you didn't get that number, we'll get that again from Mallory, and we can send that along to you guys. And if you have any questions for Mallory, please jot them down, and we'll address them in just a couple minutes once we've gone through all of the providers. All right.
Hey, Mallory, I just have one quick question. Are those benefits for any Lenovo employee, or do they have to be registered for benefits, or is it just as a Lenovo employee they have access to that stuff?
Any benefits eligible Lenovo employee. Yep, and it won't cost you anything to register. So if you want to register through Bright Horizons, it's free. I do suggest that you register, especially if you're going to be using the backup component, because there's some paperwork you're going to fill out. If you're going to be using a childcare, there's going to be some paperwork. So I would say just register. It won't cost you anything. Take a few minutes of your time, and then you're in our system.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, awesome, Kim. That's a great question. And I think that goes, Beth, I think for you as well, with Hello Heart. Is it only benefits eligible employees, or is it all employees at Lenovo who are eligible?
It's employees enrolled in the medical plan.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, thanks. That's a great question, Kim. Thank you for asking. All right, so Andrew, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yay, we can hear you.
Oh, well, so I certainly appreciate you including me in today's panel. My name is Andrew Ruggiero. I'm a regional consultant with Fidelity based in the Raleigh-Durham area in North Carolina. And for today's discussion, quick bit of housekeeping, and then I'll get into kind of some information that's very timely when it comes to your financial health. So everyone's done a great job talking about your personal health and your family health. And we often find that the number two thing that keeps folks up at night is that financial wealth. Am I on track for retirement? Am I saving enough? Will I be able to retire how and when I want? How about other savings? Are we on track for our children's college education savings? Why would my 401k provider help me with that? Well, there's a lot we can do to help. So first and foremost, I would encourage everyone to log into your website, to log into your 401k portal, 401k.com, or access it through your Lenovo benefit portal. The number one vulnerability in cybersecurity is not having your own username and password. Number two, for housekeeping, are your beneficiaries on file and up to date? So those are two big ones that I like to discuss with every single person who interacts with Fidelity on the 401k side. But beneficiaries, essentially, those are the instructions of where your money goes if something were to go wrong. if something were to happen, if you were involved in an accident or got sick unexpectedly. And what I find is sometimes there might be an ex-spouse or just the wrong folks on there. So please take a chance to update that. You can always call the Fidelity 800 number if you need help, but those are 2 bits of housekeeping. So again, with Fidelity, we are your 401k provider. So 401k is simply a reference to the tax code, which is super fun and exciting. And this is your company-sponsored retirement savings plan. So a really great benefit to have. 401ks allow you the opportunity to make automatic payroll contributions on a paycheck-by-paycheck basis directly to your retirement savings for your financial well-being and for your future. This allows you to take some of the guesswork and the manual labor out of saving for retirement. If you're anything like me, once that paycheck hits my checking account, who knows? So it's really nice to know that a 401k can help keep you on track by what they call dollar cost averaging, which is putting small amounts of money into your 401k over the entire length of your career, and hopefully buying on more down days, quite frankly, than up days. So over the long period of time, it helps keep you on track, and it helps kind of take some of the guesswork out of that. Now, when I say guesswork, I know I can only see the cameras of our fellow panelists, but who would say they're on track for retirement? Excellent. All right. Daniela, thank you for your honesty. So I find that is the biggest question folks have when it comes to their retirement. Am I on track? It's this giant number, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years off in the horizon. How am I on track? And at Fidelity, we do a really great job of helping take the guesswork out of that. So you do have opportunities to meet with folks like myself virtually to talk about walking you through the website. You do have an opportunity to call our 800 number on demand and get that help. And you also have the flexibility of, a little bit of a do-it-yourself DIY through our website. And if you're logged into your retirement portal, there's a plethora of resources from information to webinars to interactive tools. This time of year, the Planning and Guidance Center is one of our most utilized resources. So in that, I know it's hard to follow along just through words only, but if you're on your website and you go into the planning tool, you can either go to, again, fidelity.com or 401k.com or log in through Lebanon Benefits. And we have some really nice things in the Planning and Guidance Center. So the Planning and Guidance Center, the 4 things that come up are plan for retirement, plan for college, plan for something else, and get an investment strategy. So as we look towards year end, we look towards maintaining our financial health. These tools help you figure out if you're on track for retirement. There's plenty of information out there, common rules as far as at a certain age, I should have so many X times my salary saved for retirement. If you want to go past that, the Fidelity website really is your best bet. You can plan for a spouse, a co-decision maker, a codependent, and when it comes to your retirement, you can talk about when you wish to retire. Maybe your spouse doesn't have a retirement savings, or maybe you're planning for yourself. Do you have children? Do you have 7 children? All those things make your financial wellness different from the person up or below you or above you when it comes to our roster for today's attendees. So again, looking at year end, looking towards Q4, a great kind of health check on your personal finance. Take the guesswork out of, am I on track for retirement? This tool can help you answer that question, and whether or not you are or are not on track can help get you there. So don't be a stranger. Use our information, again, well beyond the 401k. You have personal finance questions, fidelity.com or 401k.com can and should be your best first resource. At Fidelity, we're accountable to be accurate, whereas if you Google search 529 savings, who knows what you're getting. So feel comfortable coming to Fidelity, feel comfortable approaching myself, my team, my peers, our 800 number. There are folks around the country here to help you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Andrew. Holly, you're muted, my friend.
I just saw that. Happens to the best of us, right?
It was, I'm so used to Zooms right now, and I have no virtual background, and it's like, oh, wait,
I know,
actual
right?
office.
Thank you so much. That was super helpful. I know what I was sharing there was Lenovo Benefits. Quickly went into part of Fidelity's website. But if you have any questions, again, for Andrew specifically, please throw them in the chat box or the questions box, and we will get to them after our next guest. So Daniela, you are up. Daniela is from the Power Up Fitness Center here in North Carolina. So she's going to tell you about all the cool and free benefits that they offer.
Thanks, Holly. Like Holly said, I'm Daniela. I'm the wellness coordinator for Exos. So normally I am on site on the Morrisville campus at Power Up Fitness Center, but right now we are 100% virtual. And I know that everyone has a lot on their plate these days, which is why we have worked with Lenovo to ensure that all of our resources we're offering right now are very accessible and have little to no boundaries, so that they're there when you need them. So you have access to 5 Exos coaches Monday through Friday. You also have access to free personalized programming, over 30 virtual classes each week with just the click of a button, in addition to our YouTube channel where you can find those on-demand classes. And I do want to just point out that we are one of those benefit providers that you do not have to enroll in. You don't get a choice. You have us. You can't just pick us during your annual enrollment. You are stuck with us. So that's a great benefit. We are there when you need us. And all of this, Holly, if you don't mind pulling up the LenovoBenefits.com, the COVID-19 resource page, I will show you all where you can find all of these classes and add them to your calendar. So if you go to the COVID-19 support page and you scroll down to the pink box that says keep moving, oh, never mind, they changed it, it's green. It's now a green box. Fantastic. So there you will find all of our virtual classes, and you can click add to calendar, so they are right on your calendar and you'll get reminders of when it is time for class. And we have a variety of things to choose from. We start our day early with a morning mobility class, and we end the day with equip and strength flow. So we do have some equipment-based classes for those of you that have dumbbells, kettlebells, bands at home. But if you do not have equipment at home, do not worry. The majority of our Group X classes, Unravel, Full Body Blast, Abs class, and our newest class, Impact, are all body weight focused options for you. So those are all there for you. And then you can also go to our YouTube channel, so our on-demand classes. If you go to youtube.com and you search Power Up Fitness Center, you will see our lovely faces there at the top. And then Holly, if you don't mind clicking on the playlists tab, nope, there you go. All of those classes are categorized by in different playlists. So you have your Unravel, Full Body Blast, virtual stretch breaks, which are just 5-minute stretch break classes. And then you can also find the previous Coffee with the Coaches classes and some mindfulness sessions. And then Friday Morning Fuel, where we demo some recipes each week. So you have a little bit of everything on the YouTube channel. So I really encourage you to kind of look around and browse around for what may interest you. And if you are not a member at Power Up Fitness Center, do not worry right now. This is accessible to all Lenovo employees during this time while we're all at home. But if you would like to be added to our monthly communication list, just email us, powerup@lenovo.com. That's powerup@lenovo.com. And we will make sure that you're added to that list. So we send out just a short communication with some updates each month, just to help you stay connected. And then 2 other options that you have is our private Facebook page. So if you like to be on Facebook and communicate via Facebook, you can look up Power Up Fitness Center and request to join. So we do vet those people that are requesting to join. So we make sure that everyone in there is a Lenovo employee. And then you can also connect with us via Instagram at Lenovo Fitness. And right now during the work from home, we have been very active on Instagram. So if you find Lenovo Fitness on there, you'll be able to stay in touch with your Exos coaches. Feel free to send us a message if you have any questions. And as always, powerup@lenovo.com is a great way to stay connected with us. And you don't have to necessarily participate in all the classes. If you want some programming, some more like one-on-one connection, we do have that option for you. So lots of opportunities for you to stay healthy and active right now. And lastly, I just want to touch on this real quick because we have gotten a lot of questions about opening up the fitness center or even hosting outdoor classes. We just want to ensure everyone that the safety of our members and Lenovo employees is our top priority. So unfortunately, Power Up Fitness Center will remain closed until Lenovo's campus reopens. But know that once we do reopen, our team and facility are ready to provide a safe workout space for everyone.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's all I have for you all today. Just remember, powerup@lenovo.com is the best way to reach us if you have any questions or concerns. If we cannot answer your questions, we will be more than happy to point you to any of these other lovely people on this call so we can get you the best resources possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniela. Appreciate that. And Daniela, I don't know, and maybe I missed it. Did you mention that you still do personal training virtually?
Yes, so we still offer free programming, so two options there. Free programming, so if you're a self-motivated individual and you just kind of need that blueprint game plan, we do offer free programming. So you'll meet with a coach, you'll say, these are my goals, this is, I have this equipment, I don't have this equipment, and we will lay out a plan for you, and then you do it on your own. But if you are someone that is not self-motivated and wants the accountability of personal training, or you just have very specific goals you need to work on, we do offer virtual personal training, and we do that through Teams. So it's just like a one-on-one.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, awesome benefits. Yay, so many awesome benefits. Thank you so much, Daniela. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I think lastly, I know we've come to the end of Coffee with the Coaches, but we're going to go over by a few minutes to answer questions. And obviously, Kim and I do want to give you guys, sort of a synopsis of the benefits of Marathon Health. So last but not least, Kim, do you want to share the awesomeness of our services since we are not on site right now?
Yeah, so as everybody can see, we're virtual along with everyone else. North Carolina and Chicago and Santa Clara, all things are a little bit different just because of the populations and where they're based. So North Carolina, you guys have access to a behavioral health counselor as well as a nurse practitioner who is still doing virtual visits. So you can do all the things you've always done in North Carolina, but now all those services are virtual. Chicago and Santa Clara, you still have access to health coaching services, which is with me or Holly, if you like Holly, whatever. No harm, no foul. So you have access to health coaching services. Since we're not on site, we unfortunately can't do blood pressure checks or biometric screenings or anything like that. So you still have.
That's why you need Hello Heart.
Yeah, so that's why we obviously team up with everybody else to make sure we can attack everything from all angles. So as far as that goes, Holly and I are also doing more webinars. If you're interested in that, we also have them all recorded, so we're working on a way of hosting them so we can make them easier to see for everybody. Daniela pointed out on their YouTube page, we put all the past episodes of Coffee with the Coaches on there, as well as some mindfulness. So if you're looking for that, you can do that on demand. We're not doing flu shots on site, unfortunately. Erlene, I think, kind of mentioned that in her section. You have to go to a local pharmacy or your doctor's office to get covered by your insurance this year because of the pandemic situation. Holly, anything else?
Yeah, I think that's great. That's a great synopsis. I think one thing to note Obviously, with COVID and flu season coming up, please know that with our nurse practitioner, we can do COVID or flu triaging. Right now, obviously, we're not doing testing, and I know that's been a big question from everybody. As we are not on site, obviously, we're not doing testing, but we can, if we think that you need to be tested, please contact the Wellness Center. And that number is pretty easy to find. If you need it, email me or Kim after the webinar. We can give that to you. The other benefit that I want to throw out there is that spouses who are on your benefits plan are also eligible for health coaching. So not obviously the medical benefit. You have medical benefits obviously on the plan, but not through our on-site services that we have here in North Carolina. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that. We do have some programming coming up in the new year, especially, even though we're virtual, that is going to be really cool. It's something that you can participate in from home. So if you're interested in participating in any of the events, whether it's Cigna or Hello Heart or Exos or Fidelity, all of those events are on LenovoBenefits.com. So, you know, we keep saying Lenovo Benefits, but go to that site. There's an events page. Everything you can ever want to sign up for is on that page. So that's all I wanted to say about that. So I think with that, you know, we've lost a few people, but we still have lots on there. So I think we should probably take some of those questions.
Yeah.
If you guys, are you guys able to stay on for just a few more minutes?
Yes.
All right. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to type those in the chat box. In the meantime, I have a fun little poll to ask everyone. How much do you love fall?
Yay.
Panelists, I don't think you can answer.
Oh.
Fall everything.
I was all set with my answer.
PSL stands for pumpkin spice latte.
The PSL.
I feel like they come out earlier and earlier every year. Like next year it's gonna be like the 4th of July and Starbucks. Hooray, pumpkin! All right, give everybody a couple more seconds.
I personally am down with fall everything. Eat all the pumpkin, the cinnamon, and the chili, vegetarian chili. But I'm down with all of it. I don't dabble in the PSL. I don't do the PSL, but I do love pumpkin everything else.
The fun fact is they
I'm
don't
with
even
you,
have
Holly. I
pumpkin in
love
it.
fall.
Yeah, favorite time of year.
Absolutely.
All right, so 63% of people agree with you. So it's a big fall crowd.
Yeah. Woo woo.
Wow, these are none of my people. I don't like fall. I like the summertime. I thrive in the summer. Sorry, everyone.
Okay, I'm going to throw out the first question here. So I don't know these questions ahead of time, so I'm just going to read them off as they come. Okay, do you happen to have a brief but comprehensive guide to benefits for international workers, basically people who are not very familiar with peculiarities of the U.S. healthcare system? Thank you for that question. Erlene, I'm not sure, maybe that's a question for you.
So if I understand that question, they're looking for a U.S. benefit guide.
So for employees who work internationally, so and who are not familiar with the peculiarities of the U.S. healthcare system, do we have any sort of booklet guide to, I suppose, what they are eligible for or what that looks like? I don't.
If they are international employees working internationally, the benefits would be emergency and urgent care for them. And I do have a brochure that explains that. And again, just kind of stepping back, this is for employees who are based in the U.S. but are outside of the state and are inquiring about what benefits are available while they are out of the U.S.
So
that benefit would be.
We'll connect you with that individual offline because there's some like very specific in all of his questions. So we'll just be sure to connect you with that individual when we're offline.
Okay. Great.
And then,
Thank you.
does anybody want to highlight the start and end dates? Arlene?
I can make mine easy.
That is all the time.
Well, once you enroll, you don't have to re-enroll. So once you're in our program, you're in our program. There's no start and end date. So that makes it easy.
Yeah, which is how it is for most of us, actually. I think, Arlene, yours is the only one where people need to make a selection once a year, if I'm not mistaken, I think.
That's correct, but only if they are currently enrolled and they are not making any benefit changes, then they don't need to re-enroll for the next plan year. Their existing benefits will roll over. However, if they have selected, say, the healthcare spending account, the flexible spending, or if they have a health savings account and they've elected to put money in, they will need to re-elect those dollar amounts each year.
Awesome. Thank you, Arlene. So
Okay.
I think
You're welcome.
one of the questions, and that was just asked, if you've come late, Hello Heart went first, and that is Beth's program. And the question is, what was Beth's program? So Hello Heart is a program, if you are eligible to get a blood pressure cuff to monitor your blood pressure, if you are on hypertension medication, or if you have blood pressure that is 130, greater than 130 over 80, then you are eligible for that. And so that's an ongoing enrollment situation for that. So there's no benefit specifically time that you have to sign up for that. So that's kind of year round. Same with Daniela, same with Exos, same with Marathon Health. All three of those specific programs or services, you do not need to sign up for specifically this month. They are offered to you year round. Okay, so let's see. Awesome. You're welcome. Arlene, there are several people who would like to get in touch with you, so we will follow up and put you in touch with Arlene. And then question for you, Andrew, is Fidelity fiduciary?
Yes. Now, very, very vague question to a series of specific answers. So, in several capacities, we are a fiduciary. Any more specific I could help out with?
I don't even know what that means. Can you tell me what that is?
So essentially, what a fiduciary is that it's an obligation for an institution such as Fidelity to work at the participant's best interests.
Got it.
So it's like the prudent man principle, I think, is one of the buzzwords around it, but it essentially says that it's almost like operating as though it's benefiting your own, like if it was how you'd operate your own financial well-being.
Okay.
But I would recommend that if the question comes up for an individual that's wondering what that is, talk to someone individually about different levels of fiduciary responsibility. It's a very, very big term.
Okay. So where would be the best place for someone to get information about that, Andrew?
I would say, so it's, the best place would probably be to call our customer service, quite frankly, and that's 1-800-742-4015. There are different elements of being a fiduciary. As an example, there's fiduciary responsibility that applies to the investment menu. There's fiduciary responsibility that applies to how the plan operates. So there's varying levels, and I would encourage anyone wondering about that to have a specific question with a virtual planner, someone like myself, our customer service, or even a representative at their local Fidelity Investment Center.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. Elaine, I got
Great
you.
question.
Yeah. And we will send along that contact information after this is all said and done. So it doesn't look like we have any other questions. So last chance for questions, guys. Anything? All right. Right. So I will find.
I would like to add that if anyone on this call is having trouble picking a favorite beneficiary, I volunteer. So try to get on as many plans as possible each year.
You're so funny. All right. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate all of you being here and kind of giving that a high level overview. I know some people have, another question pop up, have some more questions. So we're going to take those. We will get back to you on an individual basis with the best contacts to answer all your questions. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye,
Have a great
everyone.
day, everybody.